Hi, in this video you will learn how to forecast earnings per share or EPS of Clorox company. First of all, I want to explain why we need to forecast EPS. Let's go to finance.yahoo.com and type in CLX in the ticker symbol search box. Now go to Analysis tab and you will see that analysts have already forecasted CLX's EPS for the current year and next year. The firm's EPS is predicted to be $6.66 for the year 2025 and $7.11 for 2026. Now, you may have a question as to how do analysts calculate this number. To be specific, how did analysts get the estimated EPS of 6.66 for 2025? This exercise is going to answer this question. You'll be able to estimate EPS of any public limited US company after completing this video exercise. Additionally, estimating EPS is important because the stock price moves based on whether the company has been able to meet, beat, or miss the analyst forecast. If you go to summary page and scroll down, you will see the summary of the company's EPS forecast for the last couple of quarters. For this exercise, we will be using an Excel template that I custom designed. Check the video description below for a link to this template if you don't have one. In the color-coded template, orange color indicates the cells that you will fill out. Yellow color indicates the cells that are calculated based on assumption. You may want to change your assumption if you like. And the blue color indicates the cells that are auto-calculated based on the formula in it. You do not want to change these cells. Scroll down and inspect the color-coded cells. This file has two more sheets: the historical income statement and balance sheet. We will collect this information from Morningstar website. You may want to use other sources such as Yahoo Finance. However, the template is custom designed for Morningstar.com. First, I will go to Morningstar.com and type in CLX in the ticker symbol search box. Among many tabs, I will click Financials. You will see Export Data button when you expand the view. Make sure that you are downloading income statement data. Now click Export Data. Your Excel file will be downloaded. Open the Excel file. To copy the entire sheet, click the small triangular shape at the left corner of the sheet. Now, press Ctrl+C on your keyboard. You can also use right mouse click to copy. Go back to your template and historical income statement. Press Ctrl+V on your keyboard to paste the income statement information you just copied. Now go back to Morningstar and click Balance Sheet tab and click Export Data to download balance sheet information. As previously, I'm going to copy and paste the balance sheet information in the third sheet of my template. Now you can delete all the open Excel files except your template. Let's start filling out template information, starting with your name and company information. For latest statement date, go to the Balance Sheet tab. The year 2024 is the latest financial statement date. I will type in 2024. You see that the years 2025 to 2029 are automatically populated. Now, find out if the data is in million or thousand. you can check the income statement sheet and see all the data are in million. I'm going to type 1 million here. It's time to populate the income and balance sheet information. Click the cell B28, which is for revenue. I need to write a formula to instruct Excel where this revenue information will be coming from. Type in equal. Click Income Statement tab and click cell B3 because it contains revenue information, and then press Enter on your keyboard. Notice the formula in the formula bar. In order to make the number in cell B28 smaller or presented in million, I will edit the formula by dividing it by cell D6. Because all the future numbers will be divided by same D6, I will put $ before and after D. One easy way to do is hit F4 on your keyboard when your cursor is on D6 in the formula bar. From now on, you can use the formula for the rest of the operation except per share data, such as row 45. The only change you need to make in the formula is the cell reference where the information will be coming from, and for expense numbers, multiply by -1 in the beginning. I will address this issue toward the end. Now, I don't have to write formula for cell F28 to I28. I can copy the formula from cell E28 to the right by dragging the mouse pointer from the corner of the cell to the right. For cost of goods sold, type in equal. Click Income Statement tab and click cell B5 because it contains cost of revenue information, and then press Enter on your keyboard. Again, edit the formula by dividing it by cell D6 and hit F4 on your keyboard and press Enter. Copy the formula to the right. Now, you know how to fill the information. The only challenge you have is to find the correct information. As companies are different, the names of the accounts are not 100% similar. You just have to spend some time to find out the closest name that is referring to the same account. I am going to copy the formula in cell E29 so that I don't have to write it again and again. For S&A, paste the copied formula in cell E32. Find out the S&A expense in income statement sheet. It is in cell B9. Edit the formula to replace B5 to B9 and press Enter. Copy the formula to the right. For advertising cost, paste the copied formula in cell E33. Find out this cost in income statement sheet. It's in cell B10. Edit the formula to replace B5 to B10 and press Enter. Copy the formula to the right. For R&D expense, paste the copied formula in cell E34. Find out the R&D expense in income statement sheet. It's in cell B11. Edit the formula to replace B5 with B11 and press Enter. Copy the formula to the right. For interest expense, paste the copied formula in cell E35. Find out the interest cost in income statement sheet. It's in cell B21. Edit the formula to replace B5 with B21 and press Enter. One thing I like to remind you again is that if you don't find any information, leave the cell blank. Additionally, the account names are different even though they are referring to the same accounts. In this example, I was looking for interest, but it's written as interest expense, net of capitalized interest. So work on it. Copy the formula of cell E35 to the right. For income before taxes, paste the copied formula in cell E38. Find out the income before taxes in income statement sheet. It's in cell B37. Edit the formula to replace B5 with B37 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. For taxes, paste the copied formula in cell E40. Find out the taxes in income statement sheet. It's in cell B38. Edit the formula to replace B5 with B38 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. For net income, paste the copied formula in cell E42. Find out net income in income statement sheet. It's in cell B43. Edit the formula to replace B5 with B43 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. For weighted average shares, paste the copied formula in cell E44. Find out WASO in income statement sheet. It's in cell B66. Edit the formula to replace B5 with B66 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. For the EPS, paste the copied formula in cell E45. You do not have to divide it by D6. So I am going to delete this. Find out EPS in income statement sheet. It's in cell B64. Edit the formula to replace B5 with B64 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. Let's start with balance sheet information. For cash, type in equal, click balance sheet tab, and click cell B4 because it contains cash information, and then press enter on your keyboard. Again, edit the formula by dividing it by cell D6 and hit F4 on your keyboard and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. Again, I'm going to copy the formula in cell E50 so that I do not have to write it again and again. For receivables, paste the copied formula in cell E51. Find out receivables in balance sheet. It's in cell B12. Edit the formula to replace B4 with B12 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. For inventory, paste the copied formula in cell E52. Find out inventory in balance sheet. It's in cell B6. Edit the formula to replace B4 with B6 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. For property and equipment, paste the copied formula in cell E53. Find out property information in balance sheet. It's in cell B17. Again, it might not be easy to find, but you have to work on it. Edit the formula to replace B4 with B17 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. For total assets, paste the copied formula in cell E55. Find out assets in balance sheet. It's in cell B2. Edit the formula to replace B4 with B2 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. For accounts payable, paste the copied formula in cell E58. Find out accounts payable in balance sheet. It's in cell B45. Edit the formula to replace B4 with B45 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. For long-term debt, paste the copied formula in cell E59. Find out long-term debt in balance sheet. It's in cell B65. Edit the formula to replace B4 with B65 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. For total liability, paste the copied formula in cell E61. Find out total liability in balance sheet. It's in cell B43. Edit the formula to replace B4 with B43 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. For equity capital, paste the copied formula in cell E63. Find out common equity in balance sheet. Look for common stock. It's in cell B84. Edit the formula to replace B4 with B84 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. For retained earnings, paste the copied formula in cell E64. Find out retained earnings in balance sheet. It's in cell B88. Edit the formula to replace B4 with B88 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. For the last item, total shareholders' equity, paste the copied formula in cell E66. Look for the total equity in balance sheet. It's in cell B80. Edit the formula to replace B4 with B80 and press enter. Copy the formula to the right. We are done with entering income and balance sheet information into the cells. Now, two things to check. In row 9, all cells must show OK. In row 69, you have to have zeros in all the cells. Violating these two conditions indicate you made mistakes somewhere. You need to find out and fix that issue first. Without fixing this issue, your EPS estimate is going to be wrong. It's time to revise the assumptions. I put a default assumption of 0.3% to be conservative. When you predict the future, you try not to be aggressive in your numbers. Making better assumptions depend on your experience, understanding, and economic conditions. For example, we are in an inflationary environment now, so I assume that cost information will go up by 0.3%. If we were in a deflationary environment, my assumptions would have been the opposite. In this section, I leave it for you to decide. Interestingly, this is the part that makes the EPS estimate different from one another. Let's pay attention to row 45. EPS estimates in 2025 is way larger than historical. This indicates we made a mistake somewhere. If you can remember, I mentioned previously that we need to adjust expenses by multiplying by -1. Let's do this now. Click cell E29 and edit the formula so that it starts with a multiplication of -1. Then copy to the right. Likewise, you do the same adjustment for other expenses in cell E32, E33, E34, E35, and E40. Remember, this is just a template issue. Now, look at row 45. The EPS estimates are aligned with the historical EPSs. Our estimated EPS for the year 2025 is $5.73 and $6.07 for 2026. You can compare your estimated EPS of Clorox company with that of other analysts. Let's check Clorox company page on Yahoo Finance. Click the Analysis tab. Based on Yahoo Finance, the estimated EPS for 2025 is $6.66, which is little more than our estimated EPS of $5.73. That means we are more conservative than other analysts shown on Yahoo Finance. This is how you can predict the EPS of any US public limited company of your choice. Thanks for watching this video.